How's it going, AJ? Good to see you, mate. Yeah, all good. Live on Facebook for the first time in probably about 2 years. So if you're on Facebook right now, just bear with me. I'm just setting up the YouTube stream as well. I normally go live on TikTok and YouTube, but TikTok's just being weird at the minute, so decided to switch it up. Just see how Facebook goes for a bit. Unfortunately, that does mean there's no music tonight because obviously both YouTube and Facebook, you get restricted if you've got music on. But if you're new to my live streams, again, if you're on Facebook, you might not have seen my live streams before. But basically, I just play for an hour or two. You guys can ask questions. You can see how I practice. I'll talk through what I'm doing. Talk through shot selection, pattern play, that kind of stuff, and hopefully answer as many questions as I can. So we've got a couple of questions on YouTube already. Change begins, how you doing? So again, I'm streaming from two ends of the table. Facebook is there and YouTube is there. So if you want to see either camera, basically check out my YouTube channel on my link tree, which is in my bio on both on Facebook and on any other sites, TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, obviously. And then if you want to see the Facebook one, then go on my link and you'll see my Facebook link. First time I played this weekend, so I'm just gonna have a little practice real quick and then try and clear the table from the break, see what I can get up to. Why did you change to carbon fibre? I'll tell you that in a sec. So I changed to carbon fibre mainly for 3 reasons. So shout out on sec. 2. Shout out to Nigel at Spots and Stripes in London and Red Hill, who let me practice with his cue, which is basically identical to this one. And I tried it for about 10 minutes. Having played with an Ash cue for 22 years. And he basically, yeah, I tried it for like 10 minutes and I was sold on it. One sec. It's actually really hard to concentrate when you're trying to explain what your what your cue situation is. I'll finish this up and then I'll finish the story. Try and put the white at the same time. Right. So yeah, my cue. So basically played with an Ash cue for 20, well, I got it as an 18th birthday present. So 22 years, 21 years. And then tried out the carbon fibre cue. The things that I prefer about it, I prefer the reaction I get out of the cue ball. I find I don't get any deflection really from any shot because it's so stiff. I also play American pool, and I'll show you. So where I was playing American pool with an Ash cue, English pool with an Ash cue, and American pool with a carbon fibre cue, I was finding that the difference between feel on shots was different, obviously all the time. And so I basically got 2 cues from Go Customs, which are identical, apart from one is 58 inches and the English pool is 57 inches and the American one is 58 inches. The tip on the American cue is 11.8 and the tip on the English cue is 8.5. The weight is slightly different. I think this is like 19 and this is 18 and a half. I want to say it's not too much difference, but there is a slight difference. And basically love the feel of this to play American pool. I also like breaking with it in English pool. I find I've never had better breaks than when I break with that cue in English pool. And obviously it feels great playing with American pool. And then when I go back to English pool after playing American pool, there's not too much of a difference in the feel of cue because it is effectively identical in terms of the actual feel of it. So, reaction of the cue, number one. The fact that it splits in the middle and it's a half length cue means I can take it in a case, which is obviously a half length cue case. I can fit this in a rucksack and take it to other countries and check it in as checked luggage instead of, if I was playing with a 3/4 length or a full length snooker cue, I would need to put that as extra luggage, and it costs roughly about 50 to 70 pounds of flight to take a snooker cue in a case on its own. So I didn't want to do that because I travel quite a lot to play. And also I like the black and white contrast. So when I look at the ball there, because of the black contrast on the cloth and the white, I'm able to see the line of the shot a lot better. That's more of a psychological thing, and I don't know if anyone else would notice that. But anyway, that's the reason why. I'm going to stop waffling and I'm going to see if I can get some clearance from the break. If you've got any more questions, feel free to ask and I'll do my best to answer. As I was saying about the break. It's great to break with, it's just lethal. Hope you're well. Right, let's see some questions we got on what have we got on YouTube? One sec. Snooker background. As a teenager, but not as much as Paul. Hope all's well. Yeah, I know the Aussie trip. Yeah, everything's okay, but yeah, it had to be postponed. So I will be back out there at some point. So I'm not really going to talk through this finish just yet. I'm just going to try and clear. Then I'll talk through from here. That's a very good shot. Terrible shot. Gonna be there. Alright, so first clearance done. Thoughts on Pompey being bigger than Southampton? I mean, I'm not from Southampton originally, but yeah. Hi mate, hope all's well. Don't worry about this year, focus on yourself. I appreciate that, Joseph. Thanks, mate. Be sure to look for updates. Yeah, this is going to be a big year for me personally. I do still plan on travelling to countries, but I just can't be away from home for the next 5 months. Especially 4. Like, the plan was to be away for 11 weeks, and I just can't do that at the moment. But I do aim on getting back out there January to April of 2027. But I appreciate you guys asking. What is your tip preference? I mean, I play with a Go Pulse medium on both of my my black cues actually. It is Go Customs is the brand, the cue brand, and the Go Pulse medium is the tip. It was one that I'd never played with before, but I really like it. I'm normally quite flexible when it comes to tips. I think the Elk Master Pro is probably my favourite tip of all time. That's the one I had on my Ash cue for years. So my least favourite tip I've ever used. I've only ever had one tip where I've played with it for about an hour and I had to replace it. It was the Century G4. It's like the hardest tip. I like hard tips, but it was just ridiculous. We get a ball. Right. So, again, anyone on Facebook who's never seen my streams, which, again, I'm normally live on YouTube and TikTok, but TikTok's being weird at the minute, so I'm going to give Facebook a try and just see how it goes. I'll ask you guys a question. So what colour would you go if you were at the table? Would you go reds or yellows? Just write it in the chat and I'll basically get your feedback on what you would do, and I'll tell you what I would do, try and figure out a pattern to clear up. while you're thinking, I can think too. Because I don't normally think when I'm playing, I just play for fun. So. Yeah, I just didn't like it, Des. It was about 4 years ago that I tried it, maybe even longer. It might have been about 5, 6 years ago I tried it, and I just had to replace it after about an hour. And I went back to the Elk Master. All right, so with yellows, you could go either here. I think with yellows, you're probably restricted to kind of one pattern, which is this, and then maybe come forward to here and play this one, and then you're on these two to come up for this one, finish with this one, black in the middle, or something like that. With the reds, I think you've got a bit more flexibility. You play that one there, you play this one, and then you get into a position like this, and you've maybe got some choices. You could go this one, and then say you play this one, you've again got choices, this one, this one, this one. So I think with where you've got choices for different balls on the reds, I think I prefer reds here. They just tend to be a little bit more flexible with the pattern, but you could get yellows, and there's a lot of players probably would go yellows here. Horrendous shot, but we'll try and recover it. I'm going to stop basically there, just overhit it. Try and use the yellow to slow the cue ball here. Don't want it to go towards the red, black and red though. Okay, take two. Let's try and get on this red a little bit better. Okay, so now if I play this bottom left and try and drift into this position, again I'm leaving myself probably a choice of two, and the finish would likely be this one. If I can get right, then this one, and try and screw back to here for this one. Worst case, if I end up here with this ball and this ball, I'll have a shot on that, but I'll probably play this and maybe come through this gap for here for this into the middle. There's options, and that's why I just need to kind of land in this area. It's too much, a little bit too much, but in fact, is it all right? If I was there, this would be perfect, but where I've drifted, I need to play that and either go into the black, which I don't want to do, so I could mess it up against that yellow. If I play that and screw back, I'm kind of coming into this area, which isn't ideal for either of these two balls. So I think I have to play this, and I can't play it to try and get back to here. I've got to play it and either come through this gap between the yellows and land really close to either of these reds, or try and stun through this gap, which I prefer. If I can get to there, anywhere in this space, I'll probably be on this ball, and that's likely going to be my next shot. God, didn't get into that at all. Horrendous. That was all basically because of the shot before that. So, first missed ball of the day coming up, I think, unless we can somehow get something out of this red, maybe off the black and in the middle. Nope. Right, so let's see if I've got any questions. Played newish shoe balls. I have. They're slightly heavier, but they're very similar. They're great. They play really well. I just personally haven't upgraded yet. I don't think they are great. Are they an upgrade? Personal preference. Like, I think they are both great. It's kind of like saying, no, it's not even like saying, is the Raton an upgrade from the winner? Because it is, in my opinion. Whereas, are the balls? It's a debate. It's a debate. All right, let's go again. Yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Right, what would you guys do, reds or yellows? Write it in the chat. Everything has a pocket by the looks of things. Had any aggro in any of the pubs? No, not really. You get a bit of banter, but nothing like vicious or anything. What colour are you guys going here, reds or yellows? Again, write it in the chat. That yellow is awful. I think because of that yellow, I've kind of got to go reds. I don't like this yellow either. That's just difficult to land on. I think yellows are just generally harder to land on. This red isn't great, but if you can get to there, you can topspin through to there or something like that. That red doesn't go in that corner, so it's kind of going in. Well, no, it goes in this middle. What am I talking about? Then you've got to play that one. You've kind of got to go there and then there. That's an option. Really, the black has to go in there. That's probably the hardest thing about reds, which would likely mean that that ball is your last ball to get you there or something like that. Or see if we can come up with a 3-ball pattern between these three. In fact, let me see if I can do a 7-ball pattern. If I can come up with a 7-ball pattern, I'd never normally do it with this kind of layout, but just for a bit of fun. So the way that I'm thinking is I know that that red goes there, which that red goes there, and then you can land here for this as a double, which will leave me there for the black. So if I work backwards, all I've got to do is figure out how to get to this position after all 4 of these are finished. This is not worth doing. Like, I'm just doing it for a bit of entertainment more than anything. And I've got ball in hand, so why not? This red's not great, but I think if I can go this red, let me move the cue ball and see if I can get this. This red's up to, God, if I can get from there to there, first shot, that'd be great. Because then I'm on for the finish. Right, so first shot, it's all about the first shot. If I go there, get to there, pop that, get to there, pop that, get to there, pop that, and that is what gets me here for that, for the double, for the black. Like, it's probably not the best pattern, but it's something I've rushed, and it's the first shot. Trying to use that yellow as a target. First shot's the hardest thing about this. Stop! No! That's really annoying. Oh, that's messed everything up. All I needed to do was stop 2 inches short and I'll be fine. I kind of want to move the cue ball just to show you what the pattern would have looked like if I'd done it the way that I said. But anyway, we realign or whatever, readjust the pattern. And now I'm just making it up as I go. So it was fun while it lasted for all of half a shot. Right. Now we can get a bit of order. So that ball to the corner, come through to here, play this ball, come up to here, play this ball, come up to here, play this ball, and then from there, leave that shot. Obviously I don't have that red anymore to double, but I'm going to leave that top spin through, black goes in the corner. Hopefully. Needs to go. Don't know if I can get there, but I'm gonna give it a blooming good try. Got there in the end. Am I playing black ball rules? I mean, when I practice, I just play. I don't really have a rule set because I'm playing on my own, so there's no real. It will make no difference me playing on my own, playing international rules or black ball. But the important thing is I know both rule sets. So the key to English pool, if you're someone who's new to the game, I'm not even new to the game. If you can play pool and you want to compete against decent players, learn black ball rules and learn international rules and try not to stick to one. Like, yes, there are players who specialise in one, but I don't know, that's like at pro level or money match level. If you're playing money matches for like 10 grand, yeah, you're probably going to want to specialise in the money rule, on the rule set you're playing in a money match. But for me, if I'm going into a pub or a club and I'm at that level where, you know, I'm just playing more friendly frames, I want to know that my international rules and I want to know black ball, and that's the only two that matter to me. And if someone says, Come on, something going horrendous. If someone says to me, what rules do you play? And or if I say that, and then someone says, oh yeah, we just play 2 shots carry, and then we do this, and then we do this, and it's just like weird like nuances in their rules. I'm just like, I mean, I'll play you, but it's nothing serious. So in this case, so I think I'm gonna have to play black ball because I don't have a shot. So I'm gonna have to play red onto yellow by the looks of things, or yellow onto red or something. I don't have a yellow onto red, but I don't really have any way of clearing yellows here, I don't think. Play this, pop the yellow, come up to there, play that, and then somehow figure these 6. Needs to go. This is going to be a bingo finish if I get it. If you've ever seen a fluke finish, this is it. In fact, I could get that, and if I can avoid this red, can I even? No, I can't even avoid that red, so no point in playing that ball. So I've got to get very lucky to get a finish here. I'm just going to rely on potting balls. Still digging. In no way, shape or form, if I was in a match, would I be going for a finish here? I don't think. I probably would, but just wouldn't be likely to get it. Should be able to develop 1 or 2 balls with this shot. Not if you miss the yellow and going off. Yeah. Wait to see my video from December. Where was that venue, Ollie? Obviously, I played at 11 venues there, and I've started to post some from each one. And February is going to be more from the tour up north recently. Where was it you played? Cue ball as you break off. It's called a break pad. Protects the cloth from burn marks. Did I play you at Hustlers, Ollie? Unless it's a different Ollie. Do you like the new art of the cloth? I do. I would say, yeah, I've played on it enough to say it's really good, but I wouldn't say I've played on it enough to say I'm really good on it. I'm not as practiced on it as this cloth, so I'm much more consistent on this cloth. Fuck. Sorry guys on Facebook, I have a bad habit of doing that. Hitting my charging cable with my cue and messing up the camera. Okay. Oh, yeah, I thought it was. I think you beat me, didn't you? If I remember rightly. All right, well, we're going reds here, I think. Again, this is another one where you can't... It's not really an easy finish, so I'm probably going to be bingo finishing the majority of the time. I think the key is to get this red out early. And the way to do that, play this red land there. If you can land short, the more you go this way, the worse you are. But if you can go this way, you've got a perfect angle on this red to go into that cushion and move that yellow. You probably leave the red into the middle, and then you just got to figure out the finish from there. So you've got to land really... Oh fuck, I can't even see this, can I? Don't know if I can even pop this. I'm going to try. Okay, that's not ideal. I'm just on the cushion. So this is going to require a pretty good shot because the tripod is there as well. And I've got to kind of dig down onto the cue ball. Trying to go into that yellow and red. That'll do. Not ideal. This ball isn't great, but we'll try and make it happen. Play that, try and get. Got a feeling I'm going to go too far. If I land too high on this red, if I land there, it's really bad, and I don't know if I can hold position. Got to try though. Got to try and just not run too far with this. Stop, stop, stop. I think that might be too far. It's like an inch too far. Dead straight. Dead straight on the red, which is not great. So, 2 ways of playing this. Pop this top through to here, and then I've got a shot on that where I have to kill the cue ball off this cushion to hold for this, or I try and screw straight back in the line I am now and land here for the red in the middle, but then getting from that red to that red is just not going to be easy. So I think topspin through to here. The closer I am to the pocket, obviously the harder the putt is. The closer I am, the more likely it is I'll be able to kill the cue ball off the cushion and land here. So I want to get there. I don't want to be in the jaws, but I don't want to be here as well. I kind of want to be 6 inches forward from where I am now. I'll tell you why I missed that. It was dead straight, obviously, but I'm just trying to cheat the pocket because I know it's not an easy shot from there. And that's really annoying. I should have given that a bit more care. That's what I mean about killing it. Like, I could have done it, even if I'd not tried to cheat the pocket there. Right, let me just do that again, 1 sec. So I think the red was there. But where I was, what was I there? Pretty much. Where I've tried to cheat the pocket, even if I hadn't, and I just finished a little bit short. I could have done it anyway. Annoying. Alright, any other questions, guys? Currently, I know Facebook's new. I haven't been live on Facebook for about, I don't know, 2.5 years, 2 years. There's currently 200 of you watching on YouTube pretty much. Thanks so much for watching. And there's 22 of you watching on Facebook, which I appreciate. Again, I normally go live on Facebook and YouTube, on TikTok and YouTube, but TikTok is currently down. So for me anyway, it's just playing up. So yeah, I'm going to do more Facebook Lives. Yeah, if I can get the viewers for it. It's something I might do. I've got some plans for live streaming that I want to focus. Now I'm not going to Australia. There's some plans I've got in the making for my live streaming and in general for my channel. So be sure to look out for those, or for that, whatever. Oh, God. All right, well, we've got to go reds. It's not a bad break, though. No real split. When am I coming to Ireland next? Possibly in May, but just confirming with the venue. So we'll hopefully get that booked in. Develop this red. I've got to develop that red early, and I can do it from this red early. But if I leave the cue ball where the yellow is and that red goes there, what's my next shot? Like that red to there? It's just not going to be very easy. So I'd love to be able to play this, come off this cushion, hit the red, the yellow. If the cue ball moves here and the red goes there, then I'm on it. If I can do that, that'd be great. Again, just quitting on the ball at the minute. That was terrible. Worst shot I've played today. Anyway, hopefully save it with a back double. Get out of those jaws. Terrible. Back to the Aussie Social Club. I'd love to go to your game. That's a great venue, to be fair. I loved it. That's one of my favourite social clubs I've actually played at. I'd come back in a heartbeat if you guys will have me. Just shoot me a message. Try and play this off the red. Oh, you've got to play it thicker than that. Come on now. All right, just starting to lose it a little bit. So, hot symbols. Or not. I haven't with Australia. So yeah, I can't be away from home for the amount of time that I would want to if I went. So instead of being like worrying about having to fly back early, I've postponed it for now, and I'm gonna come in 2027, and that way there shouldn't be any disruptions. So, but it does mean that I'm planning on going to at least 16, if not 20, European countries between now and December. So look out for updates on those, and I'll be doing them in batches of 3 or 4. It'll either be 9-day trip. It'll be 3 days in each country, so it'll be 9-day trips to 3. My God, 9 days in 3 European countries that are all like close to each other, or 12 days. And again, if I get called home for any reason, for the reason, which means I can't go back to Australia. If I get called home, it means I'm only like an hour or 2 hours flight away, and it's not as much of an issue. Alright, it's better. Let's get reds. Okay, so this red isn't great, and it's likely the last ball. And the way to get on it is landing there, play that one, screw over to here, play this one, play the black, play there. So I need to work out how to get on this red, probably from this red. But it's going to go, 1 sec. Yeah, 1 in there, play the plant, leave the cue ball there, play the second ball, get to there, play that to there. Either play that to there or probably come to there, pop that, get there, pop that, screw over to there, play that, get there, play the black. Well, that was horrendous because I rushed it, so I've got to switch, go that, then that. Can I hold? No. I need to be straighter on this red to get to here, so instead, pop that, come through to there, play the red in the middle. What venue state was I considering, which I will do again in January. It's going to be just, the plan would be January the 2nd, 2027, fly to New Zealand, and then come back to the UK in early April, so I don't have to be here for the winter, which is a big plus. And the places I go to in Australia would be 5 days in Sydney, 5 days in Melbourne, and 5 days in Brisbane, most likely. Do I like the new balls, or do you prefer the Pro Cups? They're very similar. The new balls would take me a little bit longer to get used to, because they're slightly heavier. The cue ball is, I noticed the difference with the cue ball, but I'm sure I'd be able to get used to them the same I did with the Pro Cups when I first got them. Let's see if we can make it back-to-back clearances. Replays the same video. This probably isn't live, and it's pre-recorded. Lazy guy. All right, mate. Have a day off. Cool. Reds. God, reds, yellows. They're both difficult. UK, a lot of people struggle with cue ball control in the US. Yeah, the difference between the two I'll explain in a sec. I've just got to try and figure out an option to try and go for here, because both of them are quite difficult. Yeah, both are just not easy. I'm going to try and get reds because it's harder and more of a challenge, so let's see if we can make it. Just move that yellow. Didn't think. That red I needed for that top pocket, and I'll move that yellow and it's blocked it now pretty much, which is not good. Try and go through the gap if I can. We'll go through the gap, but don't flick the red. Nightmare. 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 That's frustrating. Right. Got to get the cue ball to there so I can play that and then move the black with it. Use this yellow to hold the cue ball basically. Stop, 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 don't move. Right. So I've got the angle on the red, but the problem again is the tripod. And I've got to try and go into the black here and move it, or go into the yellow might even be better. Yeah, let me try and go into that yellow. This is hard to judge because I'm against the tripod. Where's the black going now then? Gotta get it to there. Not the best angle on this red to be on the black. Guys, it's gonna leave me a weird black. I'm gonna be like here for a cut back to here. Get to Players Lounge in Atherton. Where's that? Where's that? I don't even know where that is. What was the question someone asked me a second ago? I've forgotten. Oh yeah, English pool versus American pool. The differences between the two is mainly the cue ball. That's why I struggle with it. It takes me like a while to get used to the weight of the cue ball if I played one and then go back to the other. I like playing both, so I don't want to rule both out. The best players in the world, Chris Melling, you know, Mick Hill, they're able to get back to the opposite weighted cue ball very quickly. Gareth Potts, for example, another one. Mark Selby, they can all, it doesn't really affect them, but it's a massive thing for me. So in American pool, where the cue ball is heavier, you're encouraged to kind of move the cue ball around with topspin and use the weight of it to get it moving. Whereas in English pool, it's more kind of stun shots and screw shots, just because the cue ball's much lighter. Right, well, I hope that answers the question. That's pretty much in a nutshell. This red's obviously terrible. If I can land there, then it goes in the middle, or move it. So I can't really go reds. I don't like yellows. I already have a mega easy first yellow, and again, I'd have to move the black or land there to get onto it there, but I just think reds are the ball. Reds are the ball. Let me think about this actually. No, get this right. Oh, that's terrible. That might be the worst shot I played today, actually. All I needed to do was be there and it would have been fine. That was not good at all. And now the finish is just not really on. I need to get back to here. So I've got to try and screw back somehow from this red. And I'm going to be on the, not on the cushion, but yeah, I've got to screw back from this. Nightmare. Right. I've got a feeling if I topspin through, I'm going to be going over here. And it's very difficult to judge to land short on this. I shouldn't have left this red till last, but I don't really think there was another option. Yeah, I needed to be there to be able to get onto it to this middle. But I'm still going to try. Play this with loads of top and hope the angle takes me just past the black and lands there for the middle pocket. But the pot is hard enough with the distance, so we'll see how we get on. Well, that was shite. Anyway, cool. Where's Mossern Lounge? Yeah, so I'm going to be announcing actually a northeast tour, hopefully. Within the next month or two, be coming up to Newcastle areas like that. So we shall see. Did I watch any of the big money matches? I did. I watched the Sean Story match just because I didn't have the pay-per-view for the Farnsworth match. But they were, I mean, they were both great matches. I played Rob Chilton recently at Paco's Lounge, just in a bit of an exhibition thing. That I do. And he is class. When he played me, he was borrowing a cue. I think he beat me 2-1. We played 3 games. I think he won 2-1 or I won 2-1. But yeah, even with a borrowed cue, it was class. Okay. Well, I don't know if I can go yellows, so I've got to try and figure out something with reds. And the reds are difficult enough. Can I even see that? No. Got to go for this one to the middle and pray for a miracle, unless I play the cut. Play the cut. It's not really an easy first red. Can't really play that one, that's too difficult. I can't really see that one up there. Nightmare. Nightmare. I think I've got to try and play the cutback. This cue ball is all over the show. Could have been worse. It could have been better. That red could have done with not going where it's gone. But hey ho, it's there now. Try and move it actually with this ball. That's better. Still not perfect, but it's better. I think now this becomes my last ball and that gets me on the black. So working backwards, that gets me on the black, that gets me on that, that gets me on that, that gets me on that, and that gets me on that. So yeah, forwards it would be this one to there, this one. Oof. If I get the angle, then I'm off here to that one, and I'm there for this one, there for this one, and then just kind of stun through the gap or into the yellow to land there for the black. The worst thing about that is the first ball and making sure I've got a good angle on here to get onto this. So I might try and stick on the cushion with this ball actually, not try and leave it off the cushion. Might be too far away from the cushion to get a good angle. Yeah, sort of is. That's annoying. I don't know. I either want to be on the cushion or I want to be there. So I'm in the middle here, which just isn't a great angle. Now I've got to choose, do I try and run into the red? Could go wrong. It's a very strange angle. Let's try and punch out. Just meant that was missable. Playing it at speed meant it was missable. Annoying. Shame. Okay, any other questions? I appreciate you guys on YouTube, on Facebook, watching on Facebook for the first time in years. I've been live on Facebook. TikTok is currently playing up, so I am also live on YouTube. If you want to see this from a different camera angle, which is the opposite end of the table behind me, then check out my YouTube channel, Attacking8Ball. If you can see it from a different angle. I haven't really put the score up at any point. All right, let's get some more interaction from you guys on this. So I'm going to break, and I want you guys to write in a colour that you would go for. So, reds or yellows, what are you doing? I haven't even looked, I'm just looking at the screen right now. Yeah, reds or yellows, write it in the chat. I mean, you can't really go reds. Would I go reds if I had a red? Probably. You can see these two. Can't see that one. You can see these two, but the queuing is awful. The thing is, then this yellow becomes bad. You play the double first shot, most likely. Although you could play that. If my cue ball is there, I'm going reds, 100%. But where I've just got no easy first red, I'm kind of forced into going yellows here. Where am I from? The UK. If you're not in the UK, but I'll be more specific if you are in the UK. Wow, that's terrible. It's such an easy double. Such an easy double. Try and get reds as well. Okay, red for a challenge. Should have got red for a challenge. Mind you, the only challenging thing there about reds was the first shot. If you make that first shot, you're in. That is what it is. So. Again, if you guys got any questions, feel free to ask. Probably be live for another half an hour at least. Trying to make these live streams a little bit more regular. I'm going to be making a few changes on them, some upgrades, stuff like that. So stay tuned for that. If you haven't already, hit that follow button. I'd much appreciate it. Again, I'm live on Facebook and YouTube tonight, mixing it up a little bit. I feel like I've potted that yellow into the corner on the last like 4 breaks, which is weird. I have no idea why, but I'll take it anyway. Yellows. If you can get the first ball. If this cuts. Did not think I was missing that ball. Didn't think I've missed that ball either, right. Any other questions, guys? Feel free to ask. Kind of need a different, what do you call it? I need to do something different because I'm losing focus a little bit. What's something you guys want to see me do, whether it's a trick shot, drill, or something like that? Let me know. Again, if you've got any questions, feel free to ask. How come you don't set up with a flower at the back corner? If you mean this, which I only know 2 ways of racking up English 8-ball balls. If you mean that, then that's the old way of doing it. But that's the new way of doing it, where you've got a tick. with the yellows. Okay, that's a better break. You've been to the Sportsman in Bristol, you should come down. I haven't. I don't think I've heard of it. Haven't been to Bristol. Yeah, oh no, I have. I've been to Poulton, which is close, I think, and then Chippenham, which isn't a million miles away. I don't think I've been to a venue in Bristol like City Centre. All right, what colour are you guys going? Reds or yellows? Write in the chat. Reds or yellows? So again, you could probably get both. Personal preference here. The reds are a little bit more spread out, which I don't personally prefer when it comes to patterns. I just generally I'm not as good when they're more spread out. So you've got to be quite precise in the angle you leave yourself on this red to get on that red, for example. So say if you play these four and you decide to leave this last, if you leave a bad angle on that, getting on that is going to be difficult, right? And you kind of got to get on that to that. There's not really another way of doing it. Again, if you land here, getting on that to that is difficult. Whereas with yellows, that's really the only thing. It's minor, but it's something that could go wrong with reds. So I then work and I think, is there a shot on yellows which is harder than if I land bad on this ball to get on that ball, for example? And you're probably going to play that one last than the black, right? So yes, these four reds are easy, but that's the thing that could go wrong. What could go wrong with yellows? Not really anything, not really too much. That one goes in there, that one goes there. You then leave yourself this one, stun up to here, you've got the plant, play the first shot, play the second shot, land here for this yellow, you're then here for this yellow, and then you're on the black to maybe here or there or whatever, right? So that's my last yellow. So yeah, I just think with reds, you've got more chance of going wrong. The plant isn't the ideal shot, but it's quite an easy plant as long as you land in this space. That's an easy plant, and then the second shot will be easy, and then getting to there will be easy. So really the first thing that could go wrong is the angle you leave yourself on this yellow to get onto this. If you land kind of dead straight on it, you might be close to the cushion, but that's really it. And is that what I've done? No. What I need to do is be there. Well, I have actually kind of left myself in not a great spot here, but a bit closer to the cushion I would like. So this is the one thing I was saying. Ideally you're there, right? But where I'm not completely on the cushion, I can dig down on that and get to there, and that's all I'm trying to do. The only thing that could go wrong is if I hit that yellow with this yellow. Something could go wrong, and that's the angle. I want it to be there, just not quite high enough on this, but I can go into the black, leave myself to the corner. Yeah, again, I just think more could have gone wrong with reds. So if we just look, I don't remember where the yellows were, but I'll bring them back out and just kind of. All right, let's see if I can remember. So there was a yellow roughly there. There was a yellow there. There was one there. There was one there. And then the black was. Now I'm not saying reds were difficult. Black was pretty much there. Then the plant was there. And there was a yellow there, right? So. What's that red? that red went down. Right. So I was there, pretty much. All right, let's see if I can make reds. No, I was a little bit over on this. So that was not a good shot. I don't think I actually had that angle, but whatever. And I've messed up. But anyway, say I hadn't, these four were easy, I wasn't going to miss them, I don't think, but the only thing that was difficult, fuck me, I'm missing every single ball of those four, was getting from this red. This red was the thing. Ironically, the one thing that I actually potted was that red, but that was the one shot that I wasn't confident with, that's why I went yellow. Do I do drills or certain shots when playing, when improving? I don't really do drills. I would if I was competing or playing in a money match. I would actually take the game seriously, but I kind of just play for fun. So I just look to like clear the table because I find it really fun. That's why I'm not really good in tournaments, is because I'll go for clearances which have like a 5% chance of happening because I think, oh, this has got a 95% chance of happening, but anyone who has a brain would, or a B game, would think this has a 5% chance of happening, so don't go for the finish. And so then I go for it, and I miss eventually, and then my opponent clears up, and I lose. So, yeah, I play the game for fun, so I don't really tend to do serious stuff with it. That was pretty fun. So, yeah. I hope that answers the question. All right, reds. Yeah, reds. Like fun, for example, would be speed clearance. A speed clearance right here, and doing it in under 30 seconds in the exact order that I tell you guys I'm going to do it. So, ready? Let me just get the order. Okay. Got it. Right, I'll tell you the order and then I'll clear it in under a minute. I'll do all of that in under a minute. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hit that yellow. 7. Black. 8. And then I'll miss the first or second ball. That's so bad. Right, so that was under, I'm sure that was under a minute. You can clip that one. Anyway. Couldn't call yourself Attacking8Ball if you didn't go for the finish. Exactly. Cheers, Train Begins, appreciate it. You tend to snooker a lot. No. No, I don't. I should, but I don't. I'll always look for a pot. In fact, classic example, I remember it. I was in the last 32 of a tournament in Blackpool. It was 5-all in a race to 6. And I'll give you guys the layout, and you can tell me what you would have done. So bear in mind, this is in a race to 6, last 32 of a tournament. Can't remember where the black was, but say it was there. What are you doing there? You're on reds, right? Your opponent's on yellows. It's 5-all. What are you doing? You can write one word, you can write a sentence, whatever. I'm just trying to straighten up the camera. Bear with me 1 sec. Weight of cue is a personal preference. There's no best weight. It's whatever feels nice for you. So no one's really written anything. What have we got there? Scareface said, go up, move up to the red, snooker behind the red. Anyone else got anything? So again, just for context, this is a situation I had in the last 32 of a tournament in Blackpool. I was on reds and my opponent was on yellows. It's 5-all in a race to 6. What are you doing? Black ball rules, bear in mind. Put the red in the middle of the table. Yeah, so instead of doing the normal thing, which any player would do, which is that, potentially getting 2 shots, and if you don't, then you've got a red to the corner. My brain thought it would be a good idea to go for a cock-tat double, hit his yellow and develop it, which actually was on the cushion, and leave him an easy yellow after I missed the cock-tat. So yeah, that's what happens in my brain. I don't think safety. Yeah. Anyway, fun times. You live and learn. Snooker all day, yeah. I learnt that after the match. Yeah, exactly. Leave it behind the red. Should have been what I should have done, but I didn't. So I was playing as if I was 5 years old still in my attic trying to pop balls. Good, thanks mate. How are you? Alright, well we're going reds, I think. Trying to break this red and yellow out first shot. Yeah, don't like that yellow, that's why I'm going reds. 2 options, break it out with this red to there or break it out with that red. But I think pushing that red to there might mess up this, so just try and go straight into it. Oh my word. How do you even do that? Take 2. Ugh. That was terrible. All right, so again, as much as I said I'm going to be live for half an hour, don't know if I can. How's it going, Luke, on Facebook? Good to see you. Is there anything you want to see in particular? Drill, shot, something, I don't know. Anything you want to see, write it in the chat. Break and then go for the harder ball, okay? I mean, whatever you guys think of the harder ball here, I'll go for it, right? The majority, right? Reds or yellows, and I'll go for the majority. What is harder out of these 2, reds or yellows? I think there's only one option, but I'll let you guys decide. YouTube seems to have the most comments going on. We've got 2 for yellows, 1 for reds, 1 comment on Facebook saying yellows. Any other colour? Someone's written reds harder. I think looking at it, yellows are definitely harder. Like this yellow doesn't go in there, that yellow doesn't go in there. You've got to play this red. Really with reds, the only thing that's difficult is breaking that red out. And once you've done that, in fact, you've got a dead straight plant, red onto black, onto red, and then you've opened up the reds. So reds are not too difficult in this situation at all. So we're definitely going yellows. Let's try and break out the yellow first shot. Yeah, yellows were harder. All right, so now I've broken that out, let's try and get a finish. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Try and get from there onto there. That'll be the difficult shot. Play that, play the double, get to there, play that, and then somehow land on that. Easy. Ugh. Slow down, ball. No. Nightmare. Is it in? No. Packos now. How's it going, Chris? Good to see you, mate. I'll look out for my updates. I'll be in the northeast hopefully soon. So look out for that. Okay. On a pool table. Tough table challenge. I don't know if I've seen it enough to know exactly how it's laid out. Oh. Cube didn't go in if you didn't hear it. Alright, well, they're both pretty difficult. But reds, we've got to develop a red, which I'm going to do early. I'm going to play the plant and then go straight into that red from that red. Could have been better. Could have been better. We've got a cross double, so that's fun. Apart from the tripod is directly in the way. Could not be any more in the way if I tried. Couldn't have been any more in the way. Right, I need to get that on a wall. Again, these are all things that are going to happen with my live stream. ASAP. Right, now I'm just pissing about and it's, yeah, whatever. Right, let's try and do a drill to finish up. So this one I actually worked on the other day. I say worked on, I did it for 5 minutes and then got bored. But this is a good drill to work on cue ball control, just generally pots to the corner, I guess. It's quite a tough drill, but this will be the thing that I'll finish with because again I've pretty much lost concentration. I'll try and have a match on my table this week, probably tomorrow night, or if not Wednesday night or Tuesday night, we'll see. And you guys can watch that. But we're going to go for, appreciate that, Jazzy, is it? Right, so we're going to go that red to there, that yellow to the corner, then we go this red, this yellow, this red, this yellow, all the way out to the black, and you can only pot into these 2 pockets. That is poor. Right, the first 4 balls are the hardest, by the way. I find them anyway, the hardest. You should do this with 7, but I find it hard enough with 6. So, for the sake of me trying to do this within 5 minutes, we're going to go for 6. Terrible. How is that possible? Figure out a cool shot. One sec, let me just work out if I've even got an angle for this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe there, but I don't think it is. Not if you hit the ball, the cue ball. Not if you hit the cue ball. Let me do that again. Where was it? There? Again, here maybe? No, a million miles away. What am I seeing there? What angle am I possibly seeing? No. No, anyway, that's me done. So, yeah, 2 in 1. That's actually, let's see if I can do that. It's been a while since I've done that. The old Earl Strickland, when he throws balls down the table and pots them. 7 yellows and the black. See how many I can make. Can't make them all. Anyway, is there anything you guys want to do? Do subscribe out here. Love the pool videos. Thanks so much, Daisy. Appreciate that. Is there anything you guys want to see before I go? Just write it in the chat. Pot a ball would be great. You know, if I could pot any ball. Something to see. 2 in 1. Hey. Not quite. This has got to be 2 in 1, surely. 2 in 1. What chalk do you use? Town V10. Best chalk on the market. Link is in my bio. Cheeky. Somersault off the table. Don't know about that. Again, anything you guys want to see, write it in the chat. I'm going to shoot off in a sec. From watching your videos and streams, appreciate that, Anonymous. Thank you. Thanks for watching, mate. Can I get 2 in 1? Keep missing the white. Keep missing the white. Every time. Let's do that again one-handed this time. Circle drill. Kind of done with drills. I'm just pissing about at the minute. Hang on. Oh no! Does it go in though? Oh no! Circle drill to finish up. All right, cool. Let's do that. What's the cue made of? Carbon fibre. Yeah, it's not wood. All right, here's the circle drill. But I can't. No, I've got to be able to use that pocket. Oh well. So rules of this drill, if you've not seen it, what am I doing? Cue ball can't leave the circle. Intermediate way of doing it is any ball in any order. Advanced way of doing it is all of one colour, all of the other colour, then the black. Super advanced way of doing it is play the middle ball last on each colour. Let's get reds first. Miss first ball. Told you. Whew. Couldn't be more perfect. Shot on all three. Let's go. Actually, I could have been a little bit more perfect, but I'll take it. No. That corner around 4 rails, cue ball in the corner. No. Do that again. 4 rails. Fucking hell, what are you doing? Okay. What the F? What the actual fuck is that? I'm trying not to pop the cue ball now. I don't think that's got any chance, has it? Am I just not seeing that angle right? Need to hit it closer to the jaw. Still no chance. Is it possible? I swear I've played it before. Even closer to the jaw. That's the angle, sort of, but you've got to aim there. Okay. Anyway, cool. End of the game. So I play for it. Nice. Alright. Guys on Facebook, thanks so much for tuning in. First Facebook Live in about 3 years. And I appreciate you guys watching. Be sure to hit that follow button if you haven't already. I'll be live again, hopefully again tomorrow. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Guys on YouTube, as always, thanks so much for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button, sub button, sorry, if you haven't already. I'll be live again, hopefully tomorrow, and I'll be hopefully playing a match. But yeah, watch out for that.